Hello everybody, welcome back to me with another brand new video, and I'm back here again to discuss the latest development in My Hero Academia story. But before progressing to the content, if you are still watching and enjoying it, know this, I love you all and appreciate you guys. And while you are enjoying it, make sure to subscribe and hit that post notification bell to never miss our future uploads. So the latest chapter starts off with the perspective of the villain as based on their thought process. He considers own hatred a hatred of how New Order and One for All were working together, and the influence of these two incredible quirks were far-reaching and suddenly known the world over so much so that he had decided to have his friend overseas create disorder that he done so to slowly progression. Foreign power way to Japan would doubly sought to allow the chance to achieve completion and later obtain these two quirks for himself, which would very well mean the end of the world. And so with that, start appearing here. So they didn't have much of the choice but to gamble here. However, it looked like the villain's gamble had paid off as he had done it. He had successfully stolen New Order, but as he did, Star would issue a new rule that she would not decay. Now the pilot whose life Star had refused to take could not believe it and was absolutely furious with her for not doing so, as they all began rushing towards her and the villain. Meanwhile, Star could only resist the decay so much as once more modification on herself had an upper threshold of capabilities and her physical enhancement could not go any further. Now the villain was become absolutely one of the strongest quirks holder. The entire world was finally theirs to control and was all because of Star's foolishness. The villain progressed to decay her body and steal her quirks simultaneously, and so Star simply could not resist both. Yet in attempting to protect her body from the decaying, she allowed her quirk to be taken, and with her quirk being taken away, she would be vulnerable to decay. And from there, we would have even more decomposition to the thoughts of the One for All. Here, we would have him recalling his younger brother Yoichi Shigaraki as a child enjoying a Captain Hero comic book. But anyways, the villain would now try out their new power as they would begin to issue a new order manipulating the atmosphere. As suddenly within the Vestiges world Star stood. They would horrifically swell only to then violently explode all over internally. They were falling apart. Their many quirks were revolting and breaking down from within. This was Star doing. She was playing the long game. She knew that the missile would not make in time, and so she established previously as a contingency of a sorts the rule that New Order would revolt against the other quirks within, as we would see a hulking vestige of the Star begin to tear away at the fusions. As overtaken wheels of days, many stolen quirks would arise and go insane. The All for One presence had not seen this turn of an event coming and was infuriated. Star certainly knew that worst case scenario going into all this to begin with, that if it came down to it, her quirk will be stolen and our entire squadron will be wiped out. But this was the sacrifice to be made, as she would then think back to her brothers, being especially grateful for all that they had done for her over the years. And in the real world, the pilot were hurting too, but physically, the villain was not in very good shape at all, as his quirk within them were at this point going crazy. The villain would then consider themselves that the quirk may either be taken or given, but never outright destroyed. But in knowing that he can't just delete these quirks, the villain would think to momentarily transfer them to approaching pilots. However, they would keep their distance and do their part by furthering bombarding him with a laser fire. So they would not let him, as they refused to let the Star sacrifice to be in vain, as from within New Order was tearing these quirks apart. And so the villain's reflect quirk was just been broken down as well. A New Order would continue to go crazy on them. But as the real Star broke apart, she furthermore thinks about her hero All Might, that thanks to him saving her when she was young, she was able to experience such a wonderful life as hero, as she decayed and faded away with a salute and smile on her face. This was her way of paying All Might for what he had done for her, and the villain was in rather desperate situation here, as assistance from the Nomu would be desired. But New Order, or as All for One put it, All Might's course was giving them a run for their money, as laser fire would be unsending, and that was the chapter. Well, what do you guys think about this latest chapter of My Hero Academia? The comment section is waiting for your opinion, which will for sure happen in the future uploads. Peace out.